Billionaires take security to another level. For most people, protection means a locked door and maybe a camera over the garage. For millionaires, it might mean a bodyguard walking a few steps behind them, muscles first, eyes scanning for trouble. But for billionaires, security stops being about looking tough and starts looking a lot more like a military operation. We're talking ex-special forces operators, surveillance vans parked blocks away, cyber teams watching digital footprints in real time, and budgets so large they could fund a small town's police department. One group is hired to keep paparazzi at bay. The other is trained to survive kidnappings, assassinations, and geopolitical fallout. This is the difference between the 1% and the 0.01%. Rule number 1. Millionaire security is visible. Billionaire security is invisible. Most millionaires want their protection to be seen. Take Floyd Mayweather, a man famously allergic to subtlety. His entourage, the money team, looks like someone drafted an entire roster of heavyweight fighters whose primary job is to stand nearby and look intimidating. They're not there to plan escape routes or analyze threat vectors. They're there to make sure no one gets too close while Floyd records his 10th Instagram video of the night. After a string of stalker incidents, including a man breaking into his Toronto mansion, Drake didn't just hire a few guards. He registered an actual security company, turning his home into something closer to Fort Knox light. His team doesn't just walk beside him. They lock down blocks, sweep venues before he arrives. Rule number 2. Billionaires prepare for espionage, not just stalkers. Take Jeff Bezos. 0.53 to 1. After his phone was allegedly hacked through a WhatsApp message sent from a Saudi royal, Amazon didn't just increase his security, they went full mission impossible. Bezos brought in Gavin DeBecker and Associates, one of the most elite security firms on Earth. This isn't a stand-by-the-door operation. His team includes former CIA, NSA, and US Secret Service agents. They handle cyber forensics, threat prediction, and behavioral analysis, figuring out danger before it becomes visible. Just keeping Bezos alive reportedly costs $1.6 million a year. Rule number 3. Billionaire security budgets are corporate line items. This isn't personal spending anymore, it's infrastructure. In 2023, Apple spent roughly $820,000 on security for CEO Tim Cook, plus another $1.62 million on private air travel. That's over $2.4 million just to keep one man productive and breathing. 0.5 to 0.9. At Oracle, Larry Ellison reportedly dropped $1.5 million securing just one of his homes. Because when your property has a helipad and a koi pond, you don't rely on motion lights. Then there's Sundar Pichai. In 2024, Alphabet spent a staggering $8.27 million on his personal security, more than triple what they spent just a few years earlier. Rising global tensions, increased visibility, and the memory of the 2018 YouTube HQ shooting changed everything. Across the board, billionaires are quietly building fortresses, biometric scanners, 24/7 surveillance rooms, private response teams that rival government details. And in some cases, it gets even more extreme. Rule number 4. Some billionaires don't hire bodyguards. They build private armies. When your net worth is around $14 billion and your enemies span continents, you don't hire muscle. You hire a force. That's exactly what Roman Abramovich did. The former Chelsea owner assembled a personal protection squad of around 40 elite bodyguards, making it one of the largest private security details ever assigned to a businessman. Many are former British SAS and top-tier military operators. Some guard his homes in London and Sussex full-time. Others rotate between his estates in France, his private jets, and his most famous asset, the $700 million super yacht, Eclipse. And calling Eclipse a yacht almost undersells it. At 533 feet, it was once the largest yacht in the world. It's equipped with bulletproof windows, armor plating, missile detection systems, and an anti-paparazzi laser shield that detects cameras and blinds them with infrared light. There's a mini submarine capable of diving 50 meters, 2 helipads, and yes, an actual missile defense system. Just the core security team alone can cost up to $1.5 million a year. And that's before the tech, the hardware, and the logistics. For most millionaires, that entire budget would be unthinkable. Rule number 5. Millionaire bodyguards are protection. Billionaire bodyguards are strategy. Most millionaire bodyguards come from police or military backgrounds. They're trained in close protection, evasive driving, basic hand-to-hand combat. Solid professionals, no question. But billionaire bodyguards are trained for war zones. They plan for kidnappings, coordinated attacks, digital tracking, multi-point ambushes. They're not reacting, they're predicting. And unlike celebrity protection, billionaire security avoids attention at all costs. Which is why billionaire bodyguards often don't look like bodyguards at all. They blend in as assistants, engineers, logistics staff, PR. Their presence is designed to be invisible until it absolutely has to be felt. This is where the difference stops being flashy and starts being frightening. Because once you cross a certain net worth, security is no longer about reacting to danger. It's about erasing the possibility of danger altogether. Millionaire bodyguards watch what's in front of them. Billionaire bodyguards watch what hasn't happened yet. They don't just scan crowds, they scan patterns. Social media chatter, travel data, hotel staff rosters, nearby protests, online forums where threats sometimes start as jokes before turning serious. If someone posts something strange at 2 a.m. in another country, it gets logged. If a stranger appears twice near the same entrance on different days, it's flagged. If a schedule starts looking predictable, it's scrapped. And here's the part most people don't realize. Sometimes the billionaire isn't even told. At the highest level, information is treated like a weapon. The fewer people who know what's happening, the safer everyone is. That includes the client. Routes change without explanation. Meetings shift last minute. A dinner reservation disappears. The billionaire might think it's inconvenient. The security team knows it just eliminated 3 unknown variables. That's another hard rule. Routines are dangerous. Millionaires love routines. Same gym, same coffee, same seat on the private jet. It feels normal, comfortable, human. Billionaires are trained out of that mindset. Because patterns are how kidnappings, ambushes, and surveillance start. So billionaire bodyguards intentionally disrupt habits. Even the harmless ones, especially the harmless ones. You jog a different route. You enter through a different door. You leave 10 minutes earlier or later for no obvious reason. Not because something happened, but because something could have. And when the risk level spikes, that's when the real machinery comes out. Decoys. Yes, real ones. Some billionaires rotate decoys regularly so even professional observers can't establish a pattern. Millionaires rarely do this. It sounds excessive, dramatic, like a spy movie. But billionaires didn't invent these tactics. Governments did. And billionaire security increasingly looks less like private protection and more like executive counterintelligence. That's because billionaires don't just protect themselves. They protect everyone connected to them. Spouses, kids, nannies, drivers, tutors, personal assistants, chefs, pilots, yacht crews. Anyone close enough to become leverage is treated as part of the security perimeter. Background checks go deep. Social circles are monitored. New hires are vetted harder than some government employees. Even romantic partners raise flags. At this level, falling in love doesn't just mean meeting the family. It means quietly passing a security review. And the bodyguards overseeing all of this aren't just tough guys with earpieces. They're behavioral analysts. Psychology is a core skill. Reading body language, spotting obsession, detecting escalation, knowing the difference between a fan who's excited and a person who's about to cross a line. Because for billionaires, the worst outcome isn't a fight, it's a scene, a viral moment, a clip taken out of context, a confrontation that spooks investors or sparks political attention. That's why billionaire bodyguards are trained to de-escalate first, always. calm voices, subtle positioning. Redirecting energy before anyone realizes there was a problem. If you don't remember seeing security intervene, that means they did their job perfectly. Force is the absolute last option. But when force is required, the training gap becomes obvious. Millionaire bodyguards are well trained. Defensive driving, firearms, close protection, crowd control. Enough to handle most real-world threats. Billionaire teams prepare for worst-case scenarios. Kidnappings, coordinated attacks, explosives, chemical threats, drone surveillance, GPS spoofing, communications blackouts. Some teams run drills where cell towers go down, convoys split, and extraction plans activate in seconds. Because these aren't hypothetical risks, they're documented ones. And then there's the sky. Drones have changed everything. Several billionaire estates now operate with drone detection systems capable of identifying unauthorized aircraft, tracking their origin, and either jamming the signal or neutralizing the threat. No-fly zones aren't just for governments anymore. When your wealth rivals a nation's GDP, you start borrowing its rules. So while a millionaire's bodyguard watches the sidewalk, a billionaire's team watches rooftops, airspace, and bandwidth. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where the illusion completely breaks. A millionaire might spend $200,000 to $500,000 a year on security, maybe a little more if they're high profile. That gets you a rotating team, an armored SUV, and decent protection. A billionaire's security budget regularly pushes into 8 figures. And not because they want to flex, because layered security costs money. Multiple teams, multiple firms, physical protection, cyber protection, intelligence monitoring, redundancy after redundancy. If one system fails, 2 more are already running. If one guard is compromised, another doesn't even know their name. And most of it is invisible. No massive entourage, no intimidation, no obvious muscle. The safest billionaires don't look protected at all. That's the final rule. Visibility is for millionaires. Invisibility is for billionaires. Because the goal isn't to look untouchable, it's to be forgotten. So when you see a celebrity surrounded by towering bodyguards, understand what you're really looking at. That's reassurance, optics, a visible deterrent. The billionaires, they already passed you. That's the secret rules of Billionaire Bodyguards. The next story goes even deeper, because the things the ultra-rich do before danger appears are more extreme than anything you've seen so far. Hit subscribe and click the next video. You're not ready for it.